Hey guys, just a quick video today because I've got something really big in the works. It's not quite ready to publish yet, but it's going to be. Stick around for that. Anyway, have you ever tried to change the oil in your boat's engines before? It can really be a pain because the engines are all the way down as low as they can be to keep the center of gravity low. But that makes it really hard to gravity drain the oil out. So I've tried it many times in the past, and I have spilled gallons of oil in the bilge and spent hours of my life getting down on hands and knees, cleaning it up with paper towels. I've got a better solution. Let me show it to you. So in a traditional engine, there are going to be two ways to get the oil out. First is going to be all the way down underneath there, the oil pan with the plug. Unscrew that, all the oil comes out very quickly. Another way into the oil tank is using the dipstick. Yeah. This is the sneaky way. This is the way we're going to do it. So just start by pulling that dipstick out of its little pipe thing that it lives in. Putting that to one side, make sure it's nice and clean. And really all you're going to need is this kind of vinyl tubing. This is a 1/4 inch diameter. It needs to be small enough to fit down the dipstick tube to get all the way down into the oil pan. I need a way to cut that. Just normal scissors works just fine. And an oil pan that's pretty thin and has a covered top so that you can pick it up and move it around. That's pretty important here because we're going to be moving it in and out places where it might be a little bit tricky. And you want to put that oil pan way down as low as you can get it in the bilge. As long as the top of your oil pan is below the bottom of the engine's oil pan, this should work just fine. Now you take your 1/4 inch outside diameter hose and just feed it into the dipstick tube until it hits the bottom of the oil pan. Once you hit the bottom, stop, no more. And you take this other end of the line here, feed it as low as you can. You don't want any kind of bumps. The higher this loop goes, the worse it's going to be once we start this siphon. So for me, right here between the manifold and the riser is the right place to be. So this is the highest part of my loop here. Right after it leaves the dipstick tube, it goes right down, never comes up again. Cut the hose just long enough to reach the top of your oil pan. Any longer and it's going to have loops in the line, and that's going to make it not as good at sucking all the oil out of the pan. So this part is maybe a little bit dangerous, but as long as you keep an eye out and use a clean hose, then it's really not going to be any problem. What you have to do is with your mouth, suck like a straw, and we're going to get that oil all the way through the hose until right before it hits your mouth. And once it gets right there at the end, stick it into your oil pan, and it will very, very slowly, as long as the oil pan is below the engine, drip. See those drips? That's as fast as it's ever going to come out. So this is all just a very basic siphon. We've sucked up the oil to a place where we can manipulate where the bottom of that body of fluid can be. In that hose, we can create an artificial bottom below the bottom of the oil pan, and atmospheric pressure and a little bit of gravity do the trick after that. Fluid's going to flow to the lowest part of the loop, and we just made that lowest part of the loop outside the engine. And that's pretty much it. Now all you have to do is wait. I'm talking like 8, 10, 12 hours. It's going to be a while. Depends on the inside diameter of the tube, the thickness of the oil, and of course the size of the pan. But be checking like every couple of hours. Make sure the tube is still in place. There's no kinks in it that could stop the flow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. After this is done, I'm going to refill this engine with oil and a little bit of zinc additive to protect those flat tappets. And that's going to be it. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Most of my videos are still not going to be a how-to guide. The only reason I'm confident showing you how to do this is because I've done it the wrong way so many times in the past. I found this way, and I've done it maybe 4 or 5 times with 0 problems. This way works, and I'm confident in showing you how to do it. So in the future, just watch my videos for fun. But if you want to try something, you can try this one.